السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله علي الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلانا وأولانا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy. Arabic Grammar Made Easy. Lesson number 66. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد رسولا. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. In this lesson we're going to learn and understand صحيح معتل. We are learning sarf. Sarf is to do with fail. So in the past we've learned in terms of tense. There's three types of fail. Number one, al-fail al-madi. Number two, al-fail al-mudari. Number three, fail al-amr. Then we've learned the two types of fail in terms of requiring maf'ulun bihi or not. First one is al-fi'lu al-lazimu. Al-fi'lu al-lazim does not require maf'ulun bihi, or doesn't need maf'ulun bihi. And number two, al-fi'l al-muta'addi. Those fi'ls requires maf'ul bihi and they need maf'ul bihi to complete the sentence. So in regards to, there are some letters in Arabic that is considered a weak letter, or they are called the weak letters. Since in terms of having weak letters or not, the fail is of two types. Number one is sahihun, number two, mu'tallun. Taqsimul fail. So there are a few letters in Arabic language as such that if they are part of the root letters of a verb, the verb is considered weak. So when a verb is weak, a set of rules must be applied in order to change it so that it is no longer a weak verb. So in the root letters, if we see one of the weak letters, and that fail is considered a weak, and some of the sigas, it is a bit hard to pronounce with the weak letters. So there are some set of rules that if we apply them, so it becomes easier to pronounce and it is no longer considered a weak. The weak letters are the presence of a weak letter, a waw or a ya in the root letters, waw or ya. So if we see the root letters, waw or ya, we apply some rules to make it easier to utter, to pronounce. Okay, so this is what the taqsim of fail in terms of having weak letters or not. the fail is of two types in terms of weak letters. Number one, صحيح, and number two, معتل. صحيح معتل. Sahih is sound, sound letters means there is no weak letter in it, and mu'tallun means there is a weak letter in the root letters. So there are three types of sahihun. Number one, salimun. Number two, mahmuzun. And number three, mudha'afun. So sahih is three types: salimun, mahmuzun, mudha'afun. Or salim, mahmuz, mudha'af. Mu'tal is four types. Number one, mithalun. Number two, ajwafun. Number three, naqisun. And number four, lafifun. Mithal, ajwaf, naqis, lafif. Again, sahih is three types: salim, mahmuz, mudha'af. Mu'tal is four types: mithal, ajwaf, naqis, lafif. Mithal, ajwaf, naqis, lafif. So here are all together we have 7 types, 3 for sahih and 4 for mu'tal. Let's go through them one by one, what it means. Number one, salim. Salim means no hamza, no duplication of letters, no weak letters. So those fails, all this time we've been having all the fails we've learned so far, they're all salim letters, salim verbs, because there was no hamza, no duplication of letters, no weak letters. For example, nun, sad, ra. In the root letters, we have no hamza, no duplication of letters, no weak letters. Another example, dad, ra, ba. Again here, there is no hamza, no double the letters, and no weak letters. Number two, mahmuz. Hamza anywhere in the root letters. So mahmuz is part of sahih. It means hamza anywhere in the root letters. For example, the first letter is hamza. So hamza, kaf, lam. Second letter is hamza, sin, hamza, lam. And the third letter is hamza, qaf, ra, hamza. So all these three is called mahmuz. Number three, mudha'af. The aynul kalima and the lamul kalima are the same, means the duplication of letters. For example, ta, ba, ba. So if we see the middle letter, which is the aynul kalima, and the last letter lamul kalima, are the same letters. Next example, fa, ra, ra. So aynul kalima is a ra, lamul kalima is also ra, the same letter. So the duplication of letters. You will never find the fa kalima and the ayn kalima the same letter. you'll never find. It will only be the Ainul Kalima and the Lamul Kalima, same letters. Now let's go to Mu'tal. First one is Mithal. So number 4, Mithal. Mithal is Fa'ul Kalima is a weak letter, Waw or Ya, one of the two. For example, Waw Jim Dal. So this Waw is the Fa Kalima, which happens to be a weak letter, Waw. Or Ya Sin Ra, the Fa Kalima is a weak letter, Ya. Number 5, Ajwaf. Ainul Kalima is a weak letter, Waw or Ya. So Qaf, Waw, Lam. So Waw is a weak letter, which is Ainul Kalima. Ba, Ya, Ain. So Ya is a weak letter, and this is place of Ain Kalima. It is called Ajwaf. Number 6, Naqis. Lamul Kalima is a weak letter, either Waw or Ya. So Dal, Ain, Waw. So this Waw is a weak letter, and it's coming in place of Lamul Kalima. Ra, Mim, Ya. So Ya is in place of Ainul Kalima. So this is called Naqis. Number 7, Lafif. 2 weak letters in the root letter. 2 weak letters. Either the Fa Kalima or the Lam Kalima, which is Waw and Ya. Waw is in the place of Fa'ul Kalima, and the Ya is in place of Lamul Kalima. Or the Ainul Kalima and the Lamul Kalima, one of the weak letters. So Ta, Waw, Ya. Okay. So either the Fa'ul Kalima or Lamul Kalima, no, Fa'ul Kalima and Lamul Kalima, weak letters, or Ainul Kalima and Lamul Kalima, weak letters. So this is called Lafif. So Mithal, Ajwaf, Naqis, Lafif. These 4 are types of Mu'tal. So Mithal, we call it Mu'tal. Mu'tal means a illat letter is, or harful illa is in it. Ajwaf, harful illa in the root letters. Naqis, harful illa in the root letters. Lafif, harful illa in the root letters. So if the harf illa is in Fa'ul Kalima, it is called Mithal. If the harful illa in Ainul Kalima is called Ajwaf. If the harful illa in place of Lamul Kalima, it is called Naqis. And 2 harf illa could be anywhere, that is called Lafif. And Mahmud is easy, Hamza anywhere, and Muda'af also easy, 2 letters in the root letters, the same letter in the root letters. So duplication of letters. Okay. Salim, straightforward, none of the harf illa or Hamza or duplication of letters. So Salim, the conjugation of Fil Madi and Fil Mudari, we've done them a lot of times. We're just going to concentrate Mahmuz, Muda'af, Mithal, Ajwaf, Naqis, and Lafif. Okay. So let's start with mahmuz. Do we have any rules to apply in mahmuz? First of all, what is mahmuz? If there is a hamza in the root letters, it is called mahmuz. So hamza can be in place of fa. If the fa'ul kalima is hamza, it is called mahmuzul fa. If aynul kalima is hamza, it's called mahmuzul ayn. If lamul kalima is hamza, it is called mahmuzul lam. It's very easy. Mahmuzul fa, fa kalima hamza. Mahmuzul ayn, the ayn kalima hamza. Mahmuzul lam, the lam kalima hamza. The rules of mahmuz. There are no rules for mahmuzul ayn and mahmuzul lam. So aynul kalima hamza, for example, sa'ala. The aynul kalima is hamza, sa'ala. This is exactly the same as the salim verbs. The way we conjugate nasara, we conjugate sa'ala the same way. No rules to apply. Mahmuzul lam, qara'a. So we have hamza in lamul kalima. So qara'a means to read. We conjugate the same way as salim verbs. No rules to apply. There is only one rule for mahmuz, and it is applied only in mahmuzul fa. So fa'ul kalima is hamza. This is when we apply a one rule. So remember, mahmuzul fa has rule to apply. Mahmuzul ayn, no rules. Mahmuzul lam, no rules. It is only mahmuzul fa we apply a rule to make it easy to pronounce. So what is the rule? The rules of mahmuz. If two hamza occur together in a verb whereby the first one is mutaharrik and the second one is sakin. What is mutaharrik? What is harakat? Harakat is one of the two, either fatha, dhamma, or kasra. A letter having one of them, it is called mutaharrik. So two hamza coming together. Example here, two hamzas coming together. First hamza has a fatha, which is a mutaharrik, and second hamza sakin. An example, first hamza having a kasra, which is a mutaharrik, second hamza sakin. Third example, first hamza mutaharrik having a dhamma, second hamza sakin. So remember, in any sigha of mahmuzul fa, any sigha, we have two hamzas coming together. First hamza mutaharrik, second hamza sakin. What happens? The sakin hamza will change to one of the three letters below. The sakin hamza, okay? Not the mutaharrik, because mutaharrik, it has own haraka on it. It is the sakin hamza, which is the second hamza, will change one of the three letters. It will change either to waw, when? If the preceding haraka is a dhamma, the sakin hamza will change to a waw. So let's see above example, which has a dhamma? This one. It has a dhamma, and the sakin hamza will change to waw. Number two, if the preceding haraka is a fatha, the sakin hamza will change to an alif, which is the first one. Preceding haraka is a fatha, So this hamza will change to an alif. Number 3, if the preceding haraka is a kasra, the sakin hamza will change to ya, which is this one. Okay. Now see the example. If we have a fatha before it, sakin hamza changes to alif. If we have preceding haraka is a kasra, the sakin hamza change to ya. And if we have a dhamma on the first hamza, the sakin hamza will change into waw. Okay. Because alif goes with fatha, ya goes with kasra, and waw goes with dhamma. This is a simple rule for mahmuzul fa. If there are two hamzas, first one is mutaharrik, second one is sakin. The sakin hamza, which is the second hamza, changes to alif if the first hamza has a fatha. Sakin hamza changes to ya if the first hamza has a kasra. Sakin hamza, which is the second hamza, changes to waw if the first hamza has a dhamma. Okay, easy, straightforward. Now we'll see some examples and apply this rule and it'll become clear. First, there are some root letters of mahmuzul fa. Mahmuzul fa. So we have hamza, kha, dhal. In the bracket we have noon. That means it is come from the bab nasara. Mudare yansuru. Nasara yansuru. So if we put the hamza in place of noon, change my keyboard. Okay, so hamza in the place of noon, which is a, na, sa, the kha in place of sad, which is the aynul kalima, akha, and the dhal. Sorry, what happened? So the dhal has a fatha. Akhadha, akhadha. Ya'khudhu, the aynul kalima will have a dhamma. So ya'khudhu. So akhadha ya'khudhu means to take. Next, hamza kaf lam, again from bab nasara. So akala, ya'kulu. Akala ya'kulu means to eat. Akala ya'kulu. Next, hamza mim ra, because we're doing mahmuzul fa. The fa kalima is hamza. Amara, amara, ya'muru. Amara ya'muru, to command. Next, hamza dhal noon, this time from bab sami'a. The and adhina, adhina, sami'a. Mudare yasma'u. يأذن أذن يأذن أذن يأذن to permit. Next, Hamza, Fa, Kaf from Bab Daraba. Daraba. A, Fa, Ka. Afaka. Daraba, Yadribu. Yafiku. Afaka yafiku. To turn away. And the last one should be Qaf. Hamza, Ba, Qaf. It comes from two babs, from Bab Nasara and also Bab Daraba. So Nasara, Daraba. The fi'l madi is the same. Abaqa. Abaqa. If we do it from Bab Nasara, Yabuqu. Abaqa Yabuqu. If we do it from Bab Daraba, Abaqa Yabiqu. Okay, means to run away, to flee. So these are some of the Mahmuzul Fa we have. We just made the combination of Fi'l Madi and Fi'l al-Mudari' by looking at which bab it comes from, on what scale is Fi'l Madi and on scale Fi'l Mudari'. Noon means Bab Nasara. So Hamza Khadal comes from Bab Nasara, Akhada Ya'khudhu. Hamza Kaf Lam comes from Bab Nasara, Akala Ya'kulu, to eat. Hamza Mim Ra comes from Bab Nasara, means Amara Ya'muru, to command. Hamza Dhal Noon comes from Bab Sami'a, Adhina Ya'dhanu, to permit. Hamza Fa Kaf from Bab Daraba, Afaka Ya'fiku, to turn away. And Hamza Ba Qaf comes from Bab Nasara and Daraba, Abaqa Ya'buqu or Abaqa Ya'biqu, to turn away. Okay. So we are doing the rules of Mahmuz. What is Mahmuz? Mahmuz is Hamza anywhere in the root letters. If Hamza is in place of a Fa, it is called Mahmuzul Fa. If the Hamza is in place of Ainul Kalima, it is called Mahmuzul Ain. If the Hamza is in place of Lam, it's called Mahmuzul Lam. Mahmuzul Ain, we had an example. Sin Hamza Lam comes from Bab Fataha Yaftahu. So Sa'ala Yas'alu. And Mahmuzul Lam, Qaf Ra Hamza, and comes from Bab Fataha. So Qara'a Yaqra'u. So Mahmuzul Ain, Mahmuzul Lam has no rules. So we're not going to touch those root letters. As whenever we see Mahmuzul Ain, we conjugate the same way we conjugate the Salim verbs. When we see Mahmuzul Lam, there's no rules, not to apply any rules, we conjugate exactly the same way as salim letters, salim verbs, fi'l madi and for fi'l mudari. It is only mahmuzul fa that has a rule. The rule is when two hamza comes together, whereby the first hamza is mutaharrik, second hamza is sakin. The sakin hamza will change to alif if the first hamza has a fatha. Second sakin hamza will change to ya if the first hamza has a kasra. Sakin hamza will change to waw if the first hamza has a dhamma. So we just have the first siga of fi'l madi and fi'l mudari. So far we don't see two hamzas coming together. Akhadha ya'khudhu, only one hamza. Akala ya'kulu, only one hamza. Amara ya'muru, one hamza. Adhina ya'dhanu, one hamza. Afaka ya'fiku, one hamza. Abaqa ya'biqu, abaqa ya'buqu, one hamza. So what is the sigha that has two hamzas? Let's find out. Let's take, we can take any fi'l. Let's take the fi'l akala. Okay, akala. Let's do sigha al-fi'l al-madi. We will do all 14 sigas, then we'll see where does two hamza comes together in such a way the first hamza is mutaharrik, second hamza is sakin. Akala, akala. Now two hamzas coming together. Akalu, akalat, akalata, akalna. Jama muannas ghaib. So in ghaib, 6 sigas, there is no two hamza coming together. So akala, akala, akalu, akalat, akalata, akalna. What about in mukhatab sigas? Akalta. You know what? To make it easy, let's copy and paste. We'll just change the last letter. Akal, tuma, akaltum, jama mudhakkar mukhatab. Akalta, akaltuma, akaltum. Again, so far, no two hamzas. Akalti, muannas mukhataba mufrad. Akaltuma, same as muthanna. Oops. Akaltun, jama muannas mukhataba. So in mukhatab, 6 sigas, again there is no two hamza coming together. So far no mahmuz rule is applied. two more sigurs left, متكلم مفرد أكلت and جمع أكلنا. So in فعل الماضي no two Hamza comes together ever. In محموز الفاء you take any fail of mahmuz, you'll never see two hamzas coming together. So we do not apply the rules of mahmuz in al-fail al-madi. We conjugate the salim verbs. Let's take another fail. أخذ أخذ أخذا أخذوا أخذت أخذتا أخذنا أخذت أخذتما أخذتم أخذتي أخذتما أخذتن أخذت أخذنا. No Hamza coming together. If we take another fail, أمر from باب نصر أمر أمرا أمروا أمرت أمرتا أمرنا أمرت أمرتما أمرتم أمرتي أمرتما أمرتن أمرت أمرنا. You take any verb of mahmuz al-fa, will conjugate the same way as salim verbs. Now let's see in فعل المضارع. صيغ الفعل المضارع. أكل from باب نصارى يأكل يأكل. Now let's see on which siga do we see two hamzas coming together. يأكل. Okay, so let's again copy that, paste it here. Oops. I know in فعل مضارع what we need to add, we need to add the dhamirs, the dhamirs that is visible. So مثنى, we use the noon. يأكلان. For jama, we need the waw al-jama'a, and waw al-jama'a demands dhamma before it. يأكلون يأكل يأكلان يأكلون. For muannas, we need the ta at the beginning as alamat mudari to make it muannas. So تأكل تأكلان for جمع مؤنث the علامة مضارع is ya, and we add the noon and niswa. Remember before the noon niswa the lamul kalima is sakin. يأكلن. So يأكل يأكلان يأكلون تأكل تأكلان يأكلن. So in ghaib 6 sighas, so far we have no two hamzas coming together. Mukhatab. What about mukhatab? Well, mukhatab will be same as ghaib, right? Just only changing the alamat mudari to ta to show it is mukhatab. So ta'kulu ta'kulani ta'kuluna تأكلين تأكلان تأكلن. So these are the 6 sigas of فعل المضارع. تأكل تأكلان تأكلون تأكلين تأكلان تأكلن. So in 6 sigas of مخاطب سوف, no 2 hamza coming together. Let's say in متكلم. So we need the علامة مضارع. علامة مضارع is the hamza, and this is the hamza of the root letter mahmuzul fa. Mahmuzul fa. By the way, that is a sakin, okay? Because ya for the ghaib, ta for the mukhatab, a sukun on it, a kulu, and the jama will be na kulu. So where do we see 2 hamza coming together in such a way that first hamza is mutaharrik, the second hamza is sakin? By the way, we don't see the sukun. Let me just make the a bit bigger. I think we'll be able to see. Let me make this bigger. No, it's hiding there. Right. Okay. You know what? Just copy that. Now we know it is only one siga, which is the mutakallim. Mufrad mutakallim. Mufrad mutakallim. Let me just make this a little bigger so we can see. Sorry, should be just make it a bit bigger. Okay, so this is a kulu. 2 hamza coming together. First hamza is mutaharrik, second hamza is sakin. So the rule says second hamza will change either to alif or to ya or to waw. So when do we change the second hamza to alif? When do we change the second hamza to ya? When do we change the second hamza to waw? By looking at the harak on the first hamza. So because we have first haraka on the first hamza is fatha, the second hamza will change into alif. Okay, now in writing, the second hamza, as we know, alif with a fatha before it. So alif is considered, we stretch a little bit. Akulu, akulu. So we don't write 2 hamzas together like that. So this is how it's written. Akulu. take that way. So akulu, na'kulu, akulu, na'kulu. So if we change that as well, the second hamza, we'll change it to alif. And the way to write is akulu. Akulu. So any of the mahmuzul fa, any fa'al we take, remember it is only one siga, which is mufrad mutakallim siga, that we change the alif, it becomes akulu. So if we take the fa'al amara ya'muru, so when you come to this siga mufrad mutakallim, you'll say amuru, amuru, amuru. أخذ يأخذ آخذ. If you take another فعل أبق يأبق آبق, I am running away, آبق. Okay, so this is only the rule we apply in mahmuzul fa. So this is end of lesson 66. So what did we learn today? We've learned the types of fail in terms of having weak letter or not. There's two types of fail. One is sahihun, another one is mu'tallun. Sahih is of three types: salim, mahmuz, muda'af. Mu'tal is of four types: mithal, ajwaf, naqis, lafif. The meaning of salim is no hamza in the root letters, no double letter in the root letters, no weak letter in the root letters. And we've learned the weak letters are waw and ya. These are called harf al-illa, the two letters of illa, harf al-illa. What is mahmuz? Hamza anywhere in the root letters. What is muda'af? Duplication of letters. What is mithal? As soon as we hear the word mithal, our mind should go to mu'tal, because it's part of mu'tal. If waw is in the fa kalima, it's called mithal. Next is ajwaf, not waw, sorry, harf illa. If harf illa is in aynul kalima, it is called ajwaf. If harful illa is in lam kalima, it is called naqis. And if there are two harf illa in the root letters, it is called lafif. So salim, mahmuz, muda'af, these three are type of sahih, and mithal, ajwaf, naqis, lafif, these four are type of mu'tal. We started the learning of mahmuz. If the fa kalima is hamza, it's called mahmuzul fa. If ayn kalima is hamza, it's called mahmuzul ayn. If lam kalima is hamza, it's called mahmuzul lam. There is no rule for mahmuzul ayn and mahmuzul lam. There's only one rule for mahmuzul fa. When two hamza comes together, first hamza mutaharrik, second hamza sakin. Then what do? We change the second hamza into an alif if the first hamza is a fatha. Second hamza change into ya if the first hamza is a kasra. Second hamza change to waw if the first hamza has a dhamma. We just apply the first rule, which is if first hamza having a fatha, second hamza changes to alif. So like it is only comes in one siga of fail al-mudari, mufrad mutakallim. Akala ya'kulu becomes akulu. Akhada ya'khudhu becomes akhudhu. And amara ya'muru becomes amuru. Which siga do we find the second hamza changing to ya because there is a kasra before it? Which siga do we find the second hamza is changing to a waw when there is a dhamma before it? Yeah. Try to make fail al-majhul. Fail al-majhul. Try to make fail al-madi and fail al-mudari from mahmuzul fa. Then see, where do you see two hamza coming together? The first hamza have a dhamma. Then you will see the second hamza will change into waw. So it is only in fail majhul. Try others to get the first hamza having a kasra, so we can change the second hamza to ya. Because we'll be needing only, most of the time is only these two, and the second hamza changing to alif and second hamza changing to waw. We'll be needing these two the most of the time. So this is the end of lesson 66, and inshallah we'll see you in the next lesson with the next topic. May Allah subhanahu give us tawfiq. Subhanak Allahumma bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.